Okay, traders are back. September is traditionally a volatile month for the market, but if you're really looking for clues on how your portfolio will move, you may want to follow the presidential polls. Charles Schwab, chief investment strategist Sonders, gave us a clue into that back at the SALT conference where you said it was going to cause volatility. You can continue to see that with 63 days left before the election.
Yeah, I think it's a factor. I think the two most important factors that are likely to be behind what I expect to be a lift in volatility, albeit up off of a very low volatility period that we have been in, would be not only the election, but the Fed going into September. I think the market had gotten comfortable with the notion that the Fed had September on the table. Then we got not only the weak jobs report, but weak ISM, both manufacturing and services, and now there's still uncertainty there. But I think as far as the election, I think it's important to note not just the unique aspect, let's leave it at that, of this election, but the fact that there's no incumbent running, which if you look back in the history of elections where there's no incumbent, in other words, following a two-term presidency, the market has always had a more difficult time, I think because of the natural uncertainty associated with the fact that a known entity is not in the race.
What do you think people should do with their money at this point, Lizanne? People are concerned, they're worried, no matter which side they're on.
Right. So we have had what we term a neutral recommendation on U.S. equities, which means we're telling investors to, assuming they have a plan, and all investors should have a plan, you want to stay at your normal equity allocation. And what I would say is use volatility to tactically rebalance around that allocation. So we've had a particularly nice run this summer with very limited volatility. I would say if you're now over your equity allocation, you might want to pare that back. And any kind of dip you could do in the opposite direction.
Oh, we're going to have you back, especially considering that Fed meeting is just days away here in September. Sonders from Charles Schwab, thank you so much.